Drones. I think my wife would kill me if I didn't ask you about what you think of the drones or what people perceive as drones above New Jersey and elsewhere. Are those anything we should be concerned about? Do you have any theories of what they are? Or what are your thoughts on these drones and this
I do
mass
think we should
phenomenon?
be concerned about them because basically many of them are flying in places where they should not be flying. This is a result of a number of different factors, I think. First, it's just sort of a paranoia that any blinking light in the sky is seen as some kind of alien drone. And I'm sure that my old agency has checked on Area 57 to make sure none of them have gotten out and reinstilled discipline
Do you
in
believe
them.
in aliens? Do you
No,
having
no, no. It doesn't mean they couldn't appear at some point in time, but I don't think this is a result of aliens flying drones. I think
but you
again,
never saw any evidence during your time
no, there
in
are unexplained phenomenon, and it's possible some of these could be extraterrestrial, but I'm a bit skeptical of that. I don't think this is the case here. I think this is a result, first, of many more drones in the sky. Period. People are buying more drones. Then the FAA allowed them to be flown beyond uh, sight, if you will. So you could actually go over the horizon for the first time. And I don't think that the FAA has yet really sat down and said, here's where you can fly drones and up to this altitude and, map all. It's a three-dimensional airspace. We did a lot of this when I was the commander of the 101st Airborne Division. We had 275 helicopters. So really familiar with how you do airspace management and control. And I don't think we have sufficiently delineated you cannot fly within this airfield or within this prison or this stadium or this whatever, and then enforce them. And of course, we're woefully inadequate when it comes to counter drone technologies that aren't lethal because you don't want stuff falling all over the place necessarily. They're certainly not rounds, they all land somewhere. And you're also going to begin to see major chains. I would suspect Amazon. I know Walmart has a contract with a major drone producer. I'm invested in one of them, so I actually have a sense of it. They're about to start delivering all kinds of items to our backyard or front porch.
Mm.
And so the proliferation of these is just really beginning. And the FAA needs to get ahead of it. The organizations that are going to do the delivery are already working. They're certified by the FAA. They'll have transponders. They'll have the others. But I think there's going to have to be much more in the way of policy and regulation for normal drones and limits on how they can be used, where they can be used, up to what altitude, what corridors, et cetera, et cetera. And we're just, I think, quite behind on that. And so with all the additional drones, with the degree of, maybe even arguably paranoia or at least public interest, many objects in the sky that blink, I think, are being seen as drones. And when people dig into it, they discover that this is that aircraft or that airplane or that airline, while there are still some that undoubtedly are unidentified.
The incoming administration or the president-elect seems to have made clear he wants to release the JFK files. Do you have any view of whether that is good or bad?
I don't have a clue. I remember looking into it one time and I wasn't particularly impressed by any revelation. There wasn't something that smacked me in the forehead.